If saying the truth ends a relationship, I think it's probably a relationship that needed to end.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celeb facts that will ruin your childhood.
Must have made you feel good.
Yeah, it did. It was that great escape that you look for when you're younger.
For this list, we'll be looking at surprising and shocking truths about famous people that will likely change either the way you see them and/or the work they did. Which celebrity fact totally changed your perception of things? Leave us a comment below. Number 10. Katy Perry collected celebrity hair.
Let me run my fingers through your salty hair.
If we told you that there was someone out there who had a collection of hair from both Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus, would your first thought be that it was Katy Perry or some very dedicated fan? Well, it turns out that the answer is both. And we know this because Perry told iHeartRadio back in 2013 that she had a lock of hair from both Swift and Cyrus wrapped in bows in her purse. To be clear, the locks weren't stolen. The follicles were handed over willingly by both women when the three pop stars shared a dressing room at the Grammys. Perry has called herself a hoarder by nature. Apparently, Swift and Cyrus's hair strands weren't going to be the ones that got away.
You were the one that got away.
Number 9. Stephen Baldwin has a Hannah Montana tattoo. Yes, the youngest of the Baldwin brothers does indeed have an HM tattoo on his left shoulder.
The first person I gotta talk about is Miley Cyrus. And Steven, I remember reading about a special tattoo, and he's unbuttoning his shirt to show this tattoo.
Wow. Back in 2008, he ran into Miley Cyrus during a visit to the White House and mentioned that his daughters were big fans. She responded by telling him that if he got an HM tattoo, she'd get him a cameo on her show.
I said, if I get the Hannah Montana tattoo, you got to let me come be on your show.
Wow.
I said, is it a deal? She goes, if you got a Hannah Montana tattoo, you be on the show in 10 seconds. I went and got the tattoo.
Stephen Baldwin agreed on the terms and got the ink. Although the HM is supposed to stand for Hannah Montana, it probably more accurately represents a huge mistake in his mind because of one tiny fact. There's no episode of Hannah Montana where he actually makes a cameo.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, yes, she did. She bamboozled us both.
Number 8. Drake Bell's Bad Choices. Drake Bell found success pretty early in life, appearing in two popular Nickelodeon shows, The Amanda Show and Drake and Josh, between the ages of 13 and 21.
My name's Drake Parker.
I'm Josh Nichols.
I should probably be doing my homework,
I'm just doing a little homework here.
but it's more fun to do this.
But things haven't been all rosy since his time as a child star. In 2007, Bell, flying high off his Nickelodeon success, purchased a $2 million home in Los Angeles, but he went bankrupt and the house went to the bank via foreclosure.
I know that this has moved very quickly for you, but for me, it's been a 3-year thorough investigation into every false claim that has been made.
After weathering this incident, Bell got into serious legal trouble when he was accused of behaving inappropriately towards a young fan. He eventually got 2 years probation after pleading guilty to felony and misdemeanor charges.
I accept this plea because my conduct was wrong. I'm sorry that the victim was harmed in any way, but that was obviously not my intention.
Number 7. Woody Harrelson's dad was a hitman. Woody Harrelson is arguably best known for playing the lovable Woody Boyd on Cheers, a man who wouldn't hurt a fly.
My name's Woody Boyd.
Woody? Hi, I'm Sam Malone.
Howdy.
But while the actor has a reputation for playing that gentle spirit, his father's legacy is tied to something much darker. In 1979, Charles Harrelson allegedly shot U.S. District Judge John H. Wood Jr. outside his home in San Antonio, Texas.
The cold-blooded killing of U.S. Judge John Wood here in San Antonio rocked the nation.
He had supposedly been hired to commit the act by a criminal who was looking to avoid a harsh sentence. Although Charles Harrelson claimed he didn't actually go through with the hit, he was still given 2 life sentences and spent the rest of his life in prison.
Charles Harrelson, Woody Harrelson's dad, was found guilty for Judge Wood's murder.
Number 6. Drew Barrymore was in rehab at a young age. Before her first birthday, Barrymore began her career in show business with an appearance in a dog food commercial at 11 months old. This appearance would just be the beginning of a career about to take off.
That's a pretty funny entrance. Did you rehearse? Did you rehearse that?
No.
Are you okay?
By the time she was 7, her role in E.T. made her one of the biggest child stars in the world. Unfortunately, she was sent down a dark spiral after that famous role. Barrymore had a history of attending parties at nightclubs and using illegal substances at a young age. Eventually, Barrymore was placed in rehab.
Complete downhill cycle that you just get caught up into, and either you make it out or you don't, and it's very scary.
Thankfully, the actress was able to overcome these dark times and rebounded to have a successful career. Number 5. Tim Allen could have gone to jail for life. It's pretty well known that actor/comedian Tim Allen spent time in prison before he was famous. But what many might not know is that there was a scenario where he never became famous because he's still in prison.
I learned to just shut up, do what I was told. It was the first time ever I did what I was told and played the game.
While Allen was traveling through an airport in the 1970s, security discovered that he was carrying a large amount of an illegal substance. The crime was so severe that he could have been in jail for his entire life.
After 8 months, I got used to it.
But a combination of a guilty plea and cooperation with authorities allowed Allen to be in and out of a federal institution in less than 3 years. Outside of a DUI charge in 1998, the actor has stayed out of trouble and firmly in the Hollywood spotlight.
I've been drugs and alcohol free for about 22 years. I've been in a different program a little bit, yeah.
Number 4, Jeanette McCurdy and her mother. As Jeanette McCurdy was gaining fans with her role on iCarly, the actress was struggling to deal with her mother, Deborah McCurdy.
But inside I was hurting. It was painful. I was angry. I felt unsupported.
The actress has publicly stated that her mom mistreated her throughout her childhood. Not only did Jeanette McCurdy perform a one-woman show about her terrible experiences, but she wrote a book about her awful history with her mother.
I think she wanted me to have a better life than she had, but I also think her approach was very unhealthy and informed by her own lack of self-work.
Both were titled, "I'm Glad My Mom Died." Additionally, McCurdy publicly shared an email her mom had sent after learning she had a boyfriend. It began, quote, "I am so disappointed in you. You used to be my perfect little angel." The fact that we can't repeat any more of what Deborah McCurdy said after that point speaks to how harsh the comments truly were.
I was more concerned with how to keep my mom looking good than I was with expressing my true emotional reality.
Number 3, Angelina Jolie made a dark request. The Oscar-winning actress Angelina Jolie is known for a variety of tremendous performances and her constant philanthropy.
And I felt horrible for ever having been self-destructive or self-pitying, because in comparison to what people really go through, I'm so blessed, and I just felt a responsibility to be a better person.
But she went through an extremely dark period before she got to all of her success. Throughout her teenage years, Jolie struggled a lot with her mental health. When she reached an extremely low point in her 20s, she hired a hitman to end her life. But the person she was connected with decided to talk with her instead. Their conversation helped Jolie tremendously and encouraged her to abandon the dark path she'd laid out for herself.
But tomorrow I could be home doing nothing, looking for a job, and completely redoing myself as a person, trying to figure out who I am all over again.
While the story sounds like something straight out of a movie, it was this true story that altered Jolie's life. Number 2, Elvis Presley was a blonde. The king of rock and roll was famous for the changes that happened to his body throughout his career.
This song here is one of the saddest songs we've ever heard. It really tells a story, friends.
But the one change that many fans might not be as aware of is the color of his hair. The truth is that Presley was blonde throughout his childhood. However, he decided a major change was in order as he got closer to stardom. Instead of hair dye, shoe polish was initially his key to getting his jet black locks. The process clearly worked, because legions of fans can't imagine him with golden locks even for a second. Hopefully, anybody who wants to repeat his example goes with some more legitimate hair dye.
This is quite a rig. I never saw anything like it.
Yeah, it's one of a kind. I'll build it myself.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Judith Barcy's short life. Judith Barcy was a young actress who appeared in almost 70 commercials, as well as making guest appearances on television shows like Punky Brewster.
Hi there, what's your name? Anna. Hi, Anna. Hey, you. Stay away from my sister. You got something to say, you say it to me.
But most of us remember her voiceover work as Ducky in The Land Before Time and Anne-Marie in All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Anne-Marie.
Huh?
You asked my name is Anne-Marie.
Yeah, sure. Listen, you'd like that, wouldn't you, Anne-Marie? I mean, living with me?
While Barcy was a part of many treasured childhood memories, she was struggling with her own mental health due to a harsh home environment. Before the actress and her mother could get out of the situation, her father ended all 3 of their lives.
Judy really felt like this time really something was going to happen, so I think she knew.
Why did no one answer her cries for help?
Barcy passed away before All Dogs Go to Heaven was even seen in theaters. It's hard not to look back on her iconic roles and think of how she was gone far too soon. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.